GNT show is intended for mature audiences. Parental discussion is advice. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Are friends with benefits?
Speaking of having a good time, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
Dayton broke the G&T show. This is now the David Mack
Appreciation Hour. You assholes.
What is it about this guy that people love him so much? With his purple velvet cape and his crown. I thought it was a little much when he had us carry him in the studio on a throne. I am awesome! Look what I have done! Look what I have brought upon the world!
There is an urge to go nya.
I heard rumors that you might be working on something else, but we won't pry much. I'm gonna say
I'm gonna pry a little.
Dare you! How dare you ask me to change it? Do you not understand the majesty of my genius? And the guy sitting next to me looked at me like he was, like I'd crapped in his hat.
Yeah, it's the professionalism that sells the show. That's right.
And good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in all the ships at sea. Welcome to another G&T Supplemental Log. This is a very special edition, but we'll get into that in a minute. First, to my left, your right, sitting there in her beautiful gown, all gussied up for this one, Terry. Oh.
Cricket.
Oh no!
Terry's not here tonight. Terry and Alan are probably laying in a ditch somewhere with a bottle of tequila in one hand and a bottle of wine in the other, according to the updates Mike and I have been getting.
In other words, they're having a lot more fun than we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
I am in a gown, though, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
I can attest to that.
Nice.
It's made of tar and
She's Artemis. To my right, your left, there he is, wearing his tuxedo for tonight's interview. But his tuxedo fashion, of course, on Kronos. Ceridium.
Kipleigh. I'm snazzy for our guests.
You really are. And our guests, as you've already heard, welcome them back, ladies and gentlemen. The always dapper in his tuxedo, James Kerwin.
Hello.
He's not wearing anything right now.
That's right.
Oh, Beta Z wedding.
Hi, guys.
And the always lovely Kipleigh.
Welcome.
Hi. Hello.
Welcome. So how are you guys doing this evening?
Very good.
Or today?
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's exciting to be here.
Always our pleasure. So let's start this off. You have some interesting news that you would like to share with the world through our show regarding Star Trek Continues. Is that correct?
Well, that is one of the things that we can talk about tonight.
Breaking news, if you will.
Breaking news, yeah. You guys, know that Star Trek Continues has been going on for a little over a year now, about a year and a half. Vic Mignogna, who plays Captain Kirk, is the executive producer of the show. I direct some of the episodes, and we're 3 episodes in. And episode 3, which came out a few months ago, was called Fairest of Them All. And
to universal accolades.
Yes, it won the Burbank Film Festival's New Media Award. It won the Geeky Award for web series.
Congratulations.
Yes, and it is set entirely in the Mirror universe, it is a direct sequel that picks up right when Mirror leaves off. So I encourage everybody to go to StarTrekContinues.com and see that. And that was the first episode that I directed, and one of the characters in it is played by Kipleigh, who plays Yeoman Smith from the Prime universe, if you remember from TOS, the first season.
Kirk kept calling her Jones. He kept getting her name wrong.
Yeah.
That might trigger. It's not a huge character. It's a
Yeah. And so we brought her back for the Mirror universe, and we show what's going on with Mirror Smith. The interesting thing is that whenever we post on Facebook or whenever we talk about the episode, one of the main things, probably the main thing that we have had fans say is there a possibility that Kipleigh will return and we can see what happened to Jones in the Prime universe? What happened to Smith? Oh!
Ooh.
What happened to Smith in the Prime universe? So that has been a very, very frequent request by fans. So we are here tonight to announce on GNT Show exclusively that Smith will be returning.
That is amazing. And you'll notice you guys won the awards in the episode she was in. I'm just going to say it.
And the episode is called Fairest of Them All. I'm just saying, coincidence? Maybe, maybe not.
Well, that's great news. Congratulations.
That's fantastic.
Very excited.
And was it a middle of the night phone call that you found out, Kipleigh? Is that how they did it? Did the singing telegram? What did they do?
No, not exactly. It took a while to nail that down to find out for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we had to. I mean, we don't. One thing we don't want to do in STC is do fancraft. I mean, we're very opposed to that. It feels or any type of real fan service. I think some fan films devolve into that. And like, hey, let's do this because this would be cool. And one thing that STC tries to do, and the reason that I agreed to direct it in the first place, is it remains very true to the original series. They don't do things that would not have been done back in 1969. In general, I mean, maybe a wink here and there, but overall, it's very, very true to the way the original series was done. And so if we're going to see Smith, who's now a lieutenant, in the Prime universe, we have to do it right, and I think we are. So,
right on.
Yeah.
You had directed Fairest of Them All, and by far it's probably, although Star Trek Continues has not made a bad episode yet, but I think Fairest of Them All is one of the better episodes out of the three so far.
Thank you.
So are you planning on directing some more?
I will be directing episode 4. Yes.
Oh, excellent.
Yes. Episode 4 is finished. It's written. I wrote it along with Vic and Chris White, the guy who directed Lolani. He is our AD, and he wrote this next episode along with myself and Vic. And we're shooting it soon. It will be a more character drama-based episode, as opposed to the kind of action and flash of Fairest of Them All. But it's a very poignant episode, so I think people are going to like it.
And do you have a title?
Yes, we do.
Pregnant pause, meaning you don't get to hear it yet.
I had to ask.
I wish I could tell you that, but I'm not allowed.
Okay.
I had to ask. I would be neglecting my job if I didn't ask.
Mm-hmm.
It's called GNT Rocks. Oh no, I just spilled it. Oh no, I leaked it.
Oh, that's...
Come on. So yeah, we're shooting that soon. We're in prep on it right now. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's some great guest stars in episode 4 from other very popular sci-fi franchises. I think people are going to be very shocked at the guest stars we have for this episode.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ooh, of the Jamie Bamber level?
I would say.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Well, Star Trek Continues has that's one thing you guys have done. Another thing you guys have done fantastic with. You've had Lou Ferrigno. You've had can't think of the gentleman's name who played. Thank you, Michael Forrest, and then Kipleigh among some of the guest stars on the show.
I didn't really rank with those guys, but a distant third, I guess.
Not on this show.
You can stalk me again, Nick. It's okay.
Yeah.
Don't encourage him.
It's a good kind of stalking. I would never dox her.
No, and I like that you wear a stocking cap when you do it, like Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of deer stocking cap? It's really, it's interesting. It's a good choice.
And I ring a little bell so she knows I'm stalking her, so it's not like she'll be freaked out.
Do you wear the scant when you do it?
Who wouldn't?
Wait, Nick in a scant up a ladder looking in through a second floor window? Oh.
It's like a dream, isn't it?
More like a nightmare. But that's just me.
Be careful.
Well, you know, I'll take any kind of fandom I can get. And I stalk him in return now and then, so, you know, we're even.
I'm president of the fan club right here.
Right on.
So what else has been going on? You guys, I see your photos go up. You guys have been all over the place with continues, traveling everywhere.
Yes. It's screened all over the place. It is screening next weekend at Kamikaze, actually, where Kipleigh and Chris Doohan are going to be in attendance at the screening and signing afterwards.
And Kamikaze is new. It's only 3 years old, I think.
Yeah.
It's Stan Lee founded it.
Oh, yeah, that was on his show.
Kamikaze Expo. Comics, sci-fi, everything, all the stuff that is awesome.
Yeah, here in LA.
Yeah, that's a big deal. A lot of cosplayers are big on that one.
Yes. So that is, I think we are screening on Saturday, November 1st at noon, and then Lee and Chris are signing afterwards. So, and we have a panel too, moderated by Chris Gore, a film critic from G4, is going to be moderating the panel and asking us questions about production and all that kind of stuff. So,
and I'll be there on Sunday as well.
Yeah.
At the booth.
Yeah.
So it's very exciting, and it's Halloween, so cosplay is going to be ramped up. Halloween weekend, so it's not only cosplay, but come on, guys, Halloween.
Yeah, that's
cosplay.
true.
It's going to be.
Oh wow, that's going to be awesome.
Cosplay.
How big now? This maybe seems silly coming, but I'm an East Coaster, so I don't know. How big a deal is Halloween in LA?
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a very adult holiday. I mean, it's not for kids here. I mean, it's like everybody does it.
Yeah, not just for kids.
Yeah, because it's sad. The last 2 years where I live, no kids have come by. Because everything is done in the schools or like trunk or treat, that kind of thing now.
Trunk or treat?
Yeah, where like
right?
people decorate their cars. They'll go to like a school parking lot or something, all the parents and everything, and they decorate their cars up with Halloween lights and you know, dry ice fog and all of that. And there's candy in the trunks of the cars, and the kids just go up and down the rows getting the candy that way.
Oh, that doesn't sound creepy at all.
No, the parents
kids.
are there.
Yeah, in the trunk. Hey, Jimmy, there's some more.
Hey, kids, I got candy in the trunk. Come closer.
That's a good message.
Well, God forbid you should meet your neighbors, you know, or the people in your neighborhood.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, when I was a kid, I had this argument with my parents because it was one of those times. I was about 16. No, I was probably 5th, 6th grade, and they were like, well, you can't have this. And I was like, well, that came from such and such's house. And they were like, and we got into this thing. I was like, look, this is the house it came from. Do you think they'd be stupid enough to give it, and then it'd have razors or something in it, where we know where it came from? And I was like, why am I smarter than the adults here?
Did they buy that logic, or was it just nope, silly, nope, flat, end of question, no?
My father took the homemade brownies and...
Oh, that's why, because you know what? They have something going on in Colorado where there's some sort of, there was potentially pot in some of the candy, or will be. I don't know how. There's a story that it's someone said they might put pot in the candy and disseminate it to children, which I think would be hilarious, but also wrong.
Well, Halloween's on what, a Saturday this year? Friday?
On Friday.
It's on a Friday. What's wrong with that? The kids go to bed and they sleep all day Saturday. I don't understand.
Wake up, have some Doritos, they're fine.
Exactly, Doritos. Oh, the voice of experience telling us what happens.
my brother, he has a daughter, and I know that, you know, he'll go through my niece's candy, and he'll pick out, you know, what he wants and says, oh, this is all bad stuff.
Yeah.
You can't have it.
Yeah. Oh,
so I think that's
what. You have a peanut allergy. You can't have that.
What's really cool about Halloween in LA is that in certain areas, like the people who do the set decorating and films and all the movies, they do their houses up like crazy. I mean, there are some Halloween houses that are phenomenal. There was one in my neighborhood a few years back that was a train crash. There was like the engine of a train crashing into the front of this guy's lawn with like skeletons hanging out of it and stuff. It was huge. It's really cool.
And morbid.
Well, it's Halloween. Hello.
Yeah.
It was like an old-fashioned train. You know, it wasn't like
it's people who died 100 years ago.
Well,
we don't care about them.
Exactly.
But what's funny is that I was walking by, and he was working on it, and you'd think that someone who's putting something this noticeable and huge and spectacular in their yard would be pleased to hear a compliment and want to talk about it. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. So, you know, are you a set checker? And he was like really annoyed. He's like, yeah. This modest manager's waiting for you to leave. And it's like, dude, don't put a conversation piece in your front yard and then not converse. So there. You know who you are, sir. You know who you are.
You've been called out. Wow. All right, for both of you. And Mike, favorite Halloween costume you ever wore as a kid?
I was perpetually disappointed with my Halloween costumes. I wanted to be a ghost. But...
Aim high.
But I wanted to be a scary ghost, and like just the sheet with the holes in it, and then I couldn't see, and I kept tripping, and I had to take it off. It was horrible. Never achieved like a really great Halloween costume as a kid. I've made up for that since, though, as an adult. Big time.
I'll bet. Little minx.
My whole garage is costumes. For a show I do. That's my cover. But if I want to be an Egyptian princess, I can do that. If I want to be the Metropolis robot, I can do that.
Wait. Just
hold on. And I have a lot of gigs in it.
Back that train up a second. Egyptian princess?
All right, moving on.
I have a headdress. I do. I have a headdress.
My favorite was Hermes. I was Hermes, Mercury. Roman god.
Were you in a glass tube with measurements on you? Oh my god, like that. Okay, sorry. Go on. I'll shut up now.
Did you have the wings on your feet?
Yeah, I made wings and I put them on my feet. I made a helmet with wings on the helmet. And I was like in, I think, first grade, second grade when I did this.
Wow.
It was totally my idea. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is what happens. This is geniuses. This is what they do as kids.
Yeah. Kipleigh says, I'm going to be a goose.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to be Hermes.
I don't claim to be a genius, yo. Yeah. I just wanted to be a cool, scary ghost that could see. Was that too much to ask?
Without tripping.
Exactly. But Hermes is awesome. Did you have like a body armor or kind of, Hermes always wears different things, so.
Yeah, I had like a breastplate and like a tunic with like a breastplate and then a gold helmet with wings.
Did the people that you trick-or-treated, did they know or did they have to ask? I'm imagining most of them had to ask.
Most of them had no idea who I was. One guy totally pointed at me and goes, Hermes! I was like, yes, somebody gets it.
Right on. That makes it worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
Otherwise, you're the LTD guy.
FTD, you mean?
Well played.
Yeah, exactly.
What's LTD?
FTD?
Did he say
FTD? Yeah, I meant FTD.
Yeah.
I screwed up my
Did you say LTD?
I did.
I pictured the FTD guy.
And he was on board with it. I kind of did too, and then I was like, wait, LTD?
So
yeah, I messed up my old joke.
You can edit that.
How about you?
Well, let's see. Halloween has never really been a big thing at our house, but because we live in a small rural community. But let's see. I remember one year I was Batman. You know, the little plastic face cover mask and the little plastic suit that you squeeze yourself into. I was a vampire another year, and I think after that it was just like werewolf masks.
Yeah, it's like when you're really young, you do up the costumes, and as you get older and older and age out of trick or treating, they get less and less. We used to have teenage boys come to our house that they would just put like a scar on their face, and it would be more intimidation. They'd be like trick or treat. And like they don't even bother with the costumes. It was like, okay, here, just take it and go.
Yeah.
Was that you? Did you turn into that? Did you lose the wolf mask and then end up just being intimidating?
No. No. Well, like I said, it was a rural community, so there wasn't a lot of people around, and it was just more hassle.
Because you'd have to walk miles to the next house.
Pretty much. The driveway was sometimes a mile long.
Oh my gosh.
Although the walk sometimes was pretty scary. Walking.
Now that's when a trick or trunk is a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Now if Halloween's on a weekday and there's not a party to go to, I'll answer the door, and I take great pride in actually terrifying the children. I like last year I painted my face white and I put in white contacts and I had a white wig and I had like this sort of diaphanous fabric and I looked scary. And they got scared, and then I'd have to be like, oh, it's okay, I'm a real person, I'm not actually a ghost that's going to eat your face. But I let
So you did finally get to be a ghost.
Oh yeah, I have achieved ghostdom. Yes, I did it my way this time. I was like a ghost bride or a ghost I do various ghosts. I've been various ghosts. It seems to be my running thing.
Right on.
I don't know what that says about me, guys. I'm not sure it's a good thing. And that I take pleasure in terrifying children. I don't know. I'm not a good person.
Oh, I think the best one I ever did was the last year I went trick-or-treating. I'm going to say it. We still went, where I lived, we still went up through the 8th grade. And I went, and I was John Belushi. Now let me just say, it was this...
Animal House?
No, it was the same year John Belushi died.
Oh, Nick.
So I had on a fedora and the glasses, but my face was like a light blue so that it looked like I was gone, and I had like a little bloodline running down my arm from the needle marks.
See, now that's no.
Now I feel less bad about scaring children because that's too soon.
Let me say this. A few years ago, I was Steve Jobs, the year that Steve Jobs died. But I was very classy. I was Steve Jobs as an angel. I had wings. I had a halo. See, that's the way to do it. Not, a dead body. Come on, man.
Yeah, because God forbid you're a dead body on Halloween.
What's wrong with you?
Oh my God, I would never have done the show if I'd known.
I'm getting static for being a dead body on Halloween.
But a recently dead person. I mean, anyone who goes as Robin Williams this year, come on.
7 months had passed. Almost 8.
7
Well, all
months.
right then. That's the requisite amount of classy time.
Give it half a year.
I don't know.
All right, well, that's better. If it'd been the week before, then we would have had problems.
Yeah, I saw somebody the other day who was they posted a clip of Star Trek the Motion Picture, Spock saying, V'ger is a child, she needs to be treated as such, and then they were like, well, keep him away from Decker. No, see, that's
Too soon.
Too soon.
The police were still investigating at that point. That's like going as an Ebola patient right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea. All you have to do is just have blood coming out of your butt. No, it's Ebola. You'd know better than that, though. I know, that was charming and ladylike. You're welcome.
So moving on.
No, we're so isolating Kipleigh saying blood coming out of your butt and using that.
Oh my gosh.
Crash and bleed out, man. I read the hot zone.
Exactly.
Crash and bleed out. Everything comes out of every orifice.
It's pretty awesome, isn't it?
I mean, it's maybe to watch from a safe distance, not necessarily to experience.
These are sick.
Yeah. I'm going to go as John Belushi did here, though it's not nearly as sick as when Nick did it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who you could go as.
What if I went as Jim Belushi dead?
No, you could go.
He's not
you could go as,
died, but you won't.
You could go as his career. You could go as Jan Hooks.
Oh, see, I didn't know she died. Now I guess I do.
Yeah, like a week ago, I think. It was like stunning.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh man.
Yeah.
Come on, Nick.
So let's wrap this.
Yes.
Very funny. Very funny.
So,
now it's awkward silence.
Yeah, now we're just like sitting here. What do we say?
You could go.
Yeah, it got a little uncomfortable there.
Hanging off of you, and then not ever tell anyone what it was.
Back to Star Trek Continues. Yeah, I'm trying here.
Thank you.
You guys are going to be starting up your Kickstarter again soon, I hope.
That's right.
Right on. What can you tell us about that? Any dates on when it's going to start, or what some of what the goals are, or what some of the rewards are going to be?
Thank you for asking. I think it's going to start November 10th, something like that.
Okay.
The first Kickstarter, they asked for 100,000, raised 126 something, and used that for episodes 2, 3, and the forthcoming episode 4, which we're shooting soon. And then the second Kickstarter, I think they're going to ask for a little more and use that for episodes 5, 6, 7, and onward. Episode 5, this is also an exclusive announcement to the G&T show. No one knows this so far, but I can announce it.
I love exclusives.
Right here. Episode 5 will have exteriors.
Oh.
A planet surface. Yes.
Very
That's
cool.
The second highest request we have had. Get out of the studio, get off the Enterprise. Episode 5 will be off of the Enterprise. So that will be the first episode funded by the new Kickstarter. Like I said, it starts in, I think, November 10th.
May I ask if it will be a Earth-like planet or an alien planet?
You may not.
Okay.
You can ask.
That's good news, though.
Yeah, thank you. The rewards are going to be pretty cool this time. I think they're going to be doing it by rank. There was this whole discussion about, everybody gets a different rank if they contribute, from ensign all the way up to fleet admiral, and they go through this whole thing, and then there's this conversation about, what are the ranks? And I was like, well, the G&T show recently did a whole thing about Commodore and whether it's a rank or not. It's you guys know what
I was part of that discussion.
You were part of that discussion. I know. I heard it.
I helped you out.
Yeah, you did. You did. Thank you.
Sometimes I drop a little knowledge.
Yeah.
Right on my foot.
So
what
anyway,
about lieutenant? Do we get one of those?
There will be lieutenants. So I think that's going to start, like I said, in a few weeks, and then there's going to be rewards by rank, and the rewards will be, I don't know yet. I can't disclose that because I don't think we've settled on it yet, but
okay.
Something beyond the satisfaction of knowing you're contributing to a wonderful recreation.
That's all you need, though, really.
Yeah, that is all the reason anyone needs to contribute.
Yeah.
I know that when I can, I do contribute, and I was more than happy to give all I can.
and I can attest from having been on set. They put all the money in the right place, and they stretch it as far as they can. There's no kind of
waste
and or overspending and flippant spending, and it all goes right on the screen.
Yeah,
right on.
Yeah, I mean, we spend about $35,000 to $40,000 an episode, and for 45 to 50 minutes of entertainment for that amount of money, that's you're getting really good quality for that amount of money.
Mm-hmm. Who does your special effects? Because I think in Fairest of Them All, there was actually more effect shots than I've seen in the previous episodes, and they were remarkably well done.
Thank you. Anything involving the Enterprise is done by Doug Drexler, who did the effects on Enterprise. He's an Oscar award-winning. Oh yeah, I mean, Doug Drexler is the top of the game, and he does anything involving the ship. And then some of the other effects they're outsourced to 5 or 6 different guys, because we try to turn these things around as quickly as we can. We don't want to go years between releasing episodes. We like to release 2 or 3 a year. That's ultimately the goal. So we outsource the effects. Doug does all the stuff involving the ship. So yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Now, you all received quite a compliment, all of you in Continues, from Rod Roddenberry. Can you discuss that?
Do you know which one he's talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Well, you talk about it, Gene.
No, you talk about it. I've been talking for too long.
Oh, well, we screened Fairest of Them All in Vegas. And he attended, and we had a Q&A afterwards, and he said he considers Star Trek Continues to be canon. To be Star Trek canon. Official.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is totally awesome. And it's well deserved. I mean, what you guys have been doing has been phenomenal. And I can't wait for the next episodes to come out. And
now, have you gotten any feedback from the original cast? Have you heard anything?
Yes. Primarily from Nichelle, who absolutely loves it. I don't know if the others have seen it yet, but she has, and she thinks it's phenomenal.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't imagine that anyone would because it's so faithful to the show, but also it's a tricky thing when you're having other people than Shatner and Nimoy and the main characters playing those characters. They're so beloved. I mean, J.J. Abrams kind of did an alternate universe, different time span kind of thing, but when it's the TOS and it's playing those characters, people's expectations are super high and almost can't be met unless it's William Shatner himself. But Vic does a genius thing and has a philosophy that it's not an imitation or an impression of Captain Kirk or William Shatner's Captain Kirk. He embodies the character. You can tell it's Captain Kirk, but he brings his own thing to it. So it's the whole time you're not going, oh, it's an imitation.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think the thing that he does the thing he does that's so amazing is it's the mannerisms.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just the way he stands and things like that.
He embodies Kirk completely, but he doesn't do an impression. It's not like an imitation impression. It's organic, but it's undecidedly it's Kirk, no doubt.
It's good acting.
Amazing. Yeah. And everyone does that. It's really impressive. I think that was a smart take, because if you're going to just try to duplicate exactly that actor, you'll only, you can't without being them.
Yeah.
So you take it to a different nude level.
So what are the because you can't talk about it, but how do I say this? What are you looking forward to most in episode 4 as the director?
No.
Saying cut.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
Me, probably.
Relatively, yeah.
Working with a dude like me. Where's my pomegranate juice?
Well, it's going to be interesting to do an episode that is more character-based than the kind of action, quick. A lot of stuff is happening, plot-based episode, which was Fairest of Them All. This is going to be a lot more about people. I'm trying to think of a way to say this without giving too much away. It's going to be it deals with themes the way that TOS dealt with themes.
Awesome.
So I think people are going to really. I've never seen a fan film kind of traverse the territory that this coming episode is going to. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Right on. Can you tell us whether or not this next episode will be an original story, or is it like another continuation or a sequel to something that we've seen in TOS?
Yeah, we're going to get away from the whole sequel thing.
Yes.
We've done it a couple times, and a lot of people say, come on, let's move on. And to us, it's a fine line you have to ride, because we want to do TOS the way it would have been done back in 1969, but at the same time, there is this whole universe of Star Trek that has emerged since then, and the fandom, and all of the characters and the races and the Alpha Quadrant and all. I mean, there's so much. There is such a rich universe to Star Trek right now. That is all canon, and it's hard to avoid all of it. So I think what we're trying to do is tell original stories. When necessary to do shout-outs or winks to things from the past, we will do it. But the focus is going to be on new stories. So the next few episodes will be completely new original stories with certain winks, with certain shout-outs to things that have happened in the past, but not like a direct sequel like Pilgrim or Fairest.
Now,
okay, that makes me happy.
Yes. With Enterprise having been a prequel, could you pull from that as well, like say the Xindi, because they weren't in the original series, but with Enterprise being a prequel. So I'm not saying that I think you should either way, but is that something you could also pull from Enterprise as like a little Easter egg somewhere? It
would only be done if it were A, necessary for the story, or B, just a passing reference. Lalani, if you noticed, referenced some events from Enterprise, but they had to do it to keep canon.
Right.
So that
episode made me mad.
But it wouldn't be. I mean, you're not going to deal with. You're not going to see an episode where Hoshi Sato suddenly, as an older woman, comes on board the Enterprise. That's not going to happen.
No. I was thinking more things like the Xindi, which were never mentioned, but yet were a huge big bad / not so bad. In Enterprise.
Yeah, they killed Taylor in Enterprise.
That's true.
I'm not a fan of the Xindis at all.
Well, we'll see. Just keep your eyes open.
As long as the Xindi don't show up and kill Lieutenant Smith.
Right. There you go.
Oh man, that would suck. I would then I have to come back as a ghost.
So here's a question for you guys.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious, though. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking. The irony of that would be hilarious.
It would. It would. Don't give them ideas, though, guys.
This is one of my favorite Trek trivia questions, and I have stumped everybody on this one. Name the 4 actresses, not dudes, female actors, from all the Star Trek iterations who have been offered series regular contracts but turned them down. Ooh.
You mean offered regular contracts on Star Trek?
Series regular contracts on Star Trek but turned them down. From any iteration of Star Trek, there have been 4 female actors.
I have no clue.
All right.
Would that include someone
Michelle? What's her name? Ensign Rowe.
Yes, Michelle Forbes.
Okay.
Michelle Forbes was offered a series regular role on DS9. She turned it down.
Yes,
I can see that. She ends up in as a regular in the novels, by the way.
Well, she said she didn't want to do a series.
That's right.
And then she wound up. She did. What was it? The Shield or the Wire? It was one of those.
I don't know.
Would Denise Crosby count because she was on the show and then quit?
No, she was a series regular.
She was a series regular.
I'm talking people who never accepted their series regular. Yeah. Oh, come on, God.
Pulaski,
yes,
she was a regular.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Diana Muldaur was offered a series regular contract for season 2. She elected to remain recurring.
Interesting. Did not realize that. Good guess.
2 more.
That was a good guess, Mike.
It was a guess.
No, that's what I'm trying to do.
You guys haven't found the obvious one. There's one everybody knows from Voyager.
Oh, are you talking about Genevieve
Seska?
Yes, Genevieve Bujold.
Right.
She was going to play original Janeway.
I wasn't considering her because she did, and then she dropped out.
Well, but before any of her material aired, she turned it down. Yeah, so I'm counting that. The 4th one is the hardest one. Nobody gets it.
All right, what series?
TOS.
Yeah. not Grace Lee Whitley.
No.
Okay.
It's pertinent to this particular podcast, guys. Come on.
Hold on, let me think. Turn it down.
That air will be trimmed.
No, yeah. I'm going through because my mind. I'm going through. Terry Garr would have been, but that would have been a different series.
Right.
Yeah. Hold on. And it's an actress, so it's not Jeffrey Hunter.
I'm thinking back to These Are the Voyages to see.
That's what I'm doing too.
I know.
How is the hint? It's pertinent to this particular podcast. Not what? I mean, is that not a big enough hint?
Lieutenant Smith.
Yes, Andrea Drum who played Smith.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yes. Shatner, Nimoy, and Drum were supposed to be the 3 series leads, and she turned down the contract, and she said she wanted to do features, and so that's what happened.
Interesting.
Go.
Right on. Learned something new tonight.
Now,
right on.
Now, question: and Mike, you may not want to. You may like this, Mike. You may not. I don't know, depending on the answer.
Okay.
Has there been talks of the Romulans returning and continues?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right on.
Yes.
Right on.
Yes.
Well, that kind of brings me to a related question as well. Andorians and Tellarites, we don't see them very often, and although we did see in Lolani snippets of Tellarites, but any chance that we'll be seeing Andorians or Tellarites a little more often in the planned episodes?
Well, here's the thing. The Romulans were only in the original series 2 or 3 times. I mean, they were not in a lot. They've become this major villain since then, but in TOS they really weren't. Same with the Klingons. I mean, they were in a few times, but not too much. And one thing that we find a lot of fan films devolved into is Romulans and Klingons. We don't want to do that. We want to tell original stories with original races. Episode 4, you're going to meet an entirely original race of aliens, so that's kind of the focus. Pretty much, if somebody starts a pitch with the Klingons or the Romulans, no. As for the Andorians or the Tellarites, the Andorians are hard to do because of the body paint. Yeah. The Tellarites are not quite as hard, but still, we did them once. Why do we need to do it again? I mean, again, if the right story came along, we'd do it. But we're not going to do it just to do fan craft.
So I'm guessing we will not see a Caitian or Triaxian.
A lot of people have asked for Caitians.
They have a big following.
Yeah.
Oh, people love cats. Just go on the internet.
Yeah. And the Caitians were, even if you don't consider TAS canon, which I don't, and we don't.
Really?
Yeah. No.
I don't understand, because it's written by the same people and voiced by the same people. So I don't.
And you know what? A lot of the novels were written by the same people. That doesn't make them canon.
Yes, but but if we're gonna, Dayton's gonna love this. But Task was on the screen, and wasn't that Gene Roddenberry's thing? Was that
Roddenberry's rule was TS is not canon, and
then
and then he died, and CBS Paramount said no, it's canon. Not
interesting.
Not cool.
Really, anything in the cartoon as bad as Spock's brain? No, I don't think so.
No, it's not a question of that. It's a question of in that era.
But it has made its way into canon.
In that era, okay, aliens on starships were few and far between. The fact that Spock was a Vulcan on a primarily human starship was a really interesting
That was a big deal.
Then in TAS, all of a sudden, there's aliens of all kinds of weird connotations and Erics and all that kind of crap. No, that was not TOS. And the things that they did...
Because TOS couldn't afford it.
Exactly, and that's why TOS is so brilliant, because they said, these are our restrictions, so let's tell stories within those restrictions.
I'm waving my hand at James.
Anyway, look.
I
expect people like TAS, that's fine, but Star Trek Continue's whole philosophy is we are doing the 4th and 5th seasons, not TAS.
No, I understand, but things from TAS have made their way into canon.
Yes, Cations have been in the films.
And so has, like, Vulcan from yesteryear made its way into Enterprise.
You're right. So that would be valid material.
So you have mentioned that you're planning on doing...
the look? Is she giving you the
I
look?
love cats. I just love cats, and I'd like to volunteer my cat to play occasion, although I know it doesn't work like that because they're humanoid cats, but still. Or unless I play occasion. A lot of makeup.
I'll be the first to sign the petition for you to play a cat.
I would love that.
So you had mentioned that your plan, Star Trek Continues is planning on doing years 4 and 5 of the original series. Do you have an idea of how many episodes you're planning on doing for years 4 and 5?
Well, ultimately,
is there a grand plan?
We'd ultimately like to do 2 to 3 episodes a year, until the time comes when new Star Trek is actually on TV. So who knows? We'll do it as long as we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm just glad to see Star Trek Continues because it's such good storytelling. You guys are doing an amazing job, and I wish you a lot of luck, a lot of success, especially with the upcoming Kickstarter.
Thank you.
And just keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Yes, in all seriousness, it's been wonderful. And it's given us a chance to know you guys, and that really is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Lonnie still made me mad, though.
Why did it make you mad?
Well, at the time that it came out, I was reading a lot of Star Trek, the novels, and the way the Orions are portrayed in there just totally contradicted the
Mike.
Yes, I know the novels are not...
people in Houston like people in New York?
No, but again, because I had that in my mind, it colored my perception of the episode.
That's as crazy as his TAS argument.
But I have to admit, I did show that episode to a few friends of mine, and it has created new Star Trek fans. So that says a lot about the quality of the storytelling that you guys are doing.
Yeah.
It's turning people into Star Trek fans, which is probably the best compliment I can say.
It's recruiting.
So
yeah.
So all right. Nick, do you have any other questions?
Is there anything you two would like to add?
Yeah.
Just that the more people that watch it and donate to it, the more we can make them, and the more popular it gets, the more chance there is of it continuing. Star Trek continuing.
Yeah.
So, get the word out. If you like it yourself, recruit more.
We definitely will be talking about it a lot during the show, I'm sure.
We'll have the link on our website when it goes up and everything.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
And I have a link on my website, too. See how I dropped that in there? If you were...
And what would that website be, Kipleigh?
That would be www.kipleigh.com, and it's spelled Kipleigh.
I have it bookmarked, but...
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
I'm sure you do.
I'll make sure to include all the links that we talked about in the show notes, as well as I'll be adding a few other links once the Kickstarter and and stuff.
Oh, and here's another piece of news for you guys. This is kind of cool. I know you guys have been very supportive of RUR.
God damn it, I was just going to ask you about that.
The project that Kipleigh and Chase and I have been doing. We shot it as a short film last year for people who don't know, and we're developing into a feature now. The European Union does a European Robotics Week, okay? And this year, the media part of the European Union's Robotics Week is headquartered at Prague, Czech Republic, which is where Čapek wrote RUR back in 1919. Yeah. And they invited RUR to screen there in Prague last week in November. And so our producer, Bernie Stern, is going over there. He's screening the film. He's doing a seminar about the production of RUR. So if any of your listeners happen to be over there, go to it.
Right on.
Also go to the website rurfilm.com if you want to see it and have not seen yet the short pre-movie teaser.
Yep.
Which I can quote by heart after Vegas.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
If people do get the chance to go, Prague is one of the most spectacular cities on the planet.
That is what I hear. I'm very jealous, Bernie.
Prague and Budapest are just two unbelievable cities.
Yeah. They have that astrological clock thing in Prague, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that built in like the 15th century, and then they killed the guy who built it so he couldn't build one in any other country or something?
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. And if people want to know what Prague looks like, watch the NXS video for Never Tear Us Apart. They filmed that in Prague.
Are you guys really being fair to Tulsa, Oklahoma right now? I mean, I'm just saying, you said one of the greatest cities on earth. I mean...
So, listenership in Tulsa just went way down. Yeah, okay.
And Kipleigh's comedic career ended in one go.
In Tulsa.
In Tulsa.
Huh.
Actually, I think... Well, Tulsa's still better than Sheboygan.
Oh, Sheboygan. What do you have against Sheboygan? The name alone is fun to say.
Spell it.
Sheboygan on my leg. I have to have it removed.
Doc, I got this Tulsa on my shoulder, and it won't. I can't.
I'm partial to Poughkeepsie because of the kid.
Of course you are.
James is like rolling his eyes over. He's like, "Come on, guys, you're all hilarious."
What people don't know is Kipleigh and I went out of our way to try and make James laugh out loud at Vegas, and it never worked.
Not an easy task.
Yeah, no, it's not. It really isn't.
He's a hard man to please. A hard man to tickle his funny bone.
But damn attractive.
Well, that's a given.
Well,
knows how to wear a suit. Let me just say that.
And he's brilliant.
Which is probably why the humor is a little more difficult, because there's too many brain cells trying to find logic in every little thing to kind of get absurdity of some stupid humor, like fart jokes, for instance, which I am partial to.
You got to try harder.
Yeah.
For the plebes like us. Yeah, but if you try harder, you stay.
Oh, fart jokes, but I will come up with some kind with a DNA quantum filament type of a joke for you. Okay. And it's going to be hilarious.
Looking forward to it.
James, here's one for you.
Okay.
Two psychics pass each other on the street. One looks at the other, says, "You're fine, how am I?"
Okay. All right.
Oh, God damn.
Yeah, I can see that. All right.
But no laughter, you see.
I know.
The actual jocular reaction is foreign to James.
It's like making Sheldon laugh.
What is this human emotion you call laughter?
Yes.
Oh, God, you guys are awesome. You are always welcome to any time.
It's always fun to be
Thank you.
G&T in it with y'all.
Yeah.
And you guys don't need to have a reason, to breaking news or not, to come and hang out with us. Just let us know. We'll be glad to bring you on anytime.
Ooh, thank you. You may regret that.
Never.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cool, guys.
Well, thank you, everyone. This has been a GNT Show Supplemental Log with James Kerwin and Kipleigh Brown. Thank you for joining us, and hope everyone has a good night. Kipleigh!
Joe Lunchrow.
Music for the GNT Show is provided by Warp 11, Grethor, 5-Year Mission, and Andrew Allen's Smooth Federation.
GNT Show is a Busy Little Beaver production.